Welcome back to Before You Go. Thank you for joining us today for Breaking Pathologies, a series for African Americans in search of emotional freedom. Today's segment is entitled How to Deal with Adversity, Coping 101. Before we get started, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment below. We look forward to hearing your thoughts. Let us know what you want to see next. Okay, so let's get started. What is coping? Coping is knowing how to deal with your problems and learning how to overcome your problems through a basic set of skills and strategies. Now, we all know that life does not always go according to plan. Sometimes unexpected events and unexpected needs occur, and sometimes these experiences are new to us. So that's why it's important for us to have a toolbox of strategies and skills to help us navigate through those adverse situations. Now, although we may have been taught coping skills as a child, those skills may not have translated well into adulthood. And so, not having good coping skills is what we describe as having maladaptive behavior. And that means that you have a behavior that stops you from adapting to new or difficult circumstances. Again, it's important to remember that, hey, life happens, right? Sometimes we get in a situation where somebody may hit your car while you're out shopping. You may sprain your ankle while you're out jogging. You might find yourself in some sort of unforeseen circumstance like a natural disaster, an earthquake or something like that, a hurricane. You may have to deal with an unexpected loss of a loved one, a bad breakup. Again, these things happen, life happens. And so let's get into what those maladaptive coping behaviors look like. I'll go over a few here. The first one is excessive behavior. If you have this maladaptive behavior or know someone who has it, this is when we are trying to get away from that emotional pain that's deep inside. We're fleeing from that pain. And it kind of leads us to have these exaggerated behavioral patterns, right? We start to overcompensate for that deep down pain that's inside. And this can lead to things like aggression, dominance, bullying, attention seeking. And here we find people who just really refuse to take accountability and to have personal responsibility. A second type of maladaptive coping is dissociation. And that means that you're withdrawn or you're feeling numb, right? You don't feel anything really. And this can lead to social isolation, excuse me. The next thing I want to talk about is impulsivity and compulsivity, right? If you have those impulsive and compulsive behaviors, you're seeking instant gratification. And this can lead to things like gambling, shopping sprees, getting into really risky, busy business situations that you really will have a hard time getting out of. So that's impulsivity and compulsivity. The next one is self soothing. So, again, you have this numbness and this deep down pain inside. And sometimes we self soothe, meaning we're trying to make ourselves feel better. And we do that with anything, right? It could be a healthy habit like exercise, but it also could be a very, very negative habit like taking drugs or excessive drinking and things like that. So that's that self soothing behavior. The last one I'll mention here is obsessive behavior. And this one, it's a little bit more noticeable, but the cause of it is making yourself feel like you're in control when you're in a threatening situation, when you feel like your life is just off kilter, it's off balance. And of course, this obsessive behavior, whatever it is, can lead to obsessive rituals and routines and having a lack of balance in your life. Oftentimes it starts off again as a healthy habit where you're maybe working out or you have a hobby or you're at work and then it becomes obsessive. It becomes unhealthy. And so, again, we know that we have these maladaptive behaviors. We know that we need some skills in our toolbox. And so let's talk about some of those coping strategies that we can use. And again, this is not all of them. If you guys know of more, please write them in the comments. But I'm going to give you quite a few here to put in your toolbox. So the first thing you can do is write your feelings down, whether you're writing it in poem form, short story, a rap, something like that. Just get your feelings out on paper. You can drink a cold glass of water, right? It always feels good to be hydrated and to, have that healthy habit of getting more water into your diet. You can do things like using fidgets or stress balls. You can spend extra time on a healthy hobby like gardening or painting. Lots of people like making beats and music, so that's a healthy habit. Make a gratitude list. What are you happy for? What are you thankful for? A big one for me is playing with your pet, that pet therapy. It allows you to be social. You go out and meet new people when you have these animals, and you also have to take care of them. Using deep breathing techniques. There are tons of apps out there that will help you with your breathing and your calming techniques. Playing soothing music, white noise of some sorts, practicing yoga and mindfulness, enjoying a walk or a jog or a hike in the park, always getting in that fresh air and breathing in, all of that nice O2 helps you breathe better. And then lastly, cooking a healthy meal, making a smoothie or something like that. So those are some strategies and some skills that you can use for your toolbox. Now, in conclusion, I just want to say that adversity is a part of life, and some of our problems affect us emotionally, and some of them affect us physically, right? And so it's important for us to be able to figure out what tools we're going to use and when we're going to use them. In the event that you just can't deal, like anything I just said is just it's just beyond your grasp right now, seek professional help. And I've said this many times, find a local therapist, find somebody, a teletherapist even, and put that number in your phone for when you actually do need it, right? It's better to be safe than sorry. And establish that contact prior to you actually having a crisis. The other thing you can do is to surround yourself with people who already have these tools, right? We're not the first to go through any situation in life, and there's always somebody who can help us out. So find those people, seek those people out early on, and rely on them to help you to start creating your healthy habits and to again get those tools into your toolbox. These people will hopefully help you address your problems and situations in a healthy way and will encourage you to not avoid your problems, okay? And create those maladaptive behaviors that I just went over. So that's it for this video. It was short and sweet. Hopefully you're leaving with a better understanding of coping and what you kind of need to deal with adversity on an everyday basis. And as always, we are always here to help, and we hope that this bit of information helps you on your journey to emotional freedom. Be sure to check back for more videos in this series. And until then, we thank you for watching and hope to see you soon.